Okay, so for the Charro Beans, it's cheap, so that's what I buy. They're irregular slices because we're gonna chop them up anyways, so it doesn't matter if they're perfectly strips or not. What do you want? And I cook them in the oven because I feel like it's safer. I don't have to worry about grease popping back at me. Although it probably just dirties my oven, but it's whatever. Ovens practically clean themselves, right? Alright. What, sissy? Go upstairs. You only need half a pound, but I don't know what half a pound is. Because the packages come in 12 ounces, and I figured half a pound is like, what, 8 ounces? I was like, might as well use a whole 12 ounces. So you're going to want to soak 1 pound of beans overnight, 12 hours. I think it's at least 8 hours, but I try to aim for 12 hours because the longer you let them soak, the faster they'll cook, or the better they'll cook, or something like that. Something about science and things. What's up, Vizini? What it do, boo? Hopefully my audio's working, I have no idea. You know, I just press play and hope for the best, that's all. I'm that kind of streamer. As long as I have a beer, I'm happy. I don't need nothing special. Y'all don't need to hear my voice anyways. It's whatevs. These are definitely irregular slices. Alright, I usually just do whatever fits on the pan. Because I don't need the full 12 ounces. It says only 8 ounces, but I'm just gonna fit as much as I can. It's whatever. It's bacon, you can't go wrong. Uh-oh. This is what the beans look like after you soak them for 12 hours. It's actually been longer than that. It's been 14 hours because I'm taking my sweet time. What's a charro bean? It is like a pinto bean soup. It's a Mexican spicy. It doesn't really have to be spicy, but normally it is spicy. Spicy beans. So what you're gonna want to do is have a slow cooker. You can cook them on stovetop, but you can't ignore it if it's on the stovetop. But like with a slow cooker, you can just set it and forget it. But you can either cook it on high for 4 hours, low for 8 hours. Alright, charro beans. Okay, dude, this is a secret recipe I've never shared with anybody. I had a friend ask me for the recipe, and I told him to go fuck himself. So hopefully he's here now. I'm not sure, because now's the time. Secret recipe commence. Actually, let me check on my beans. I mean, my bacon is done. It's not as crispy as I want it, but it's I don't want to worry about it. We got onion powder, secret recipe forever on the internet. It's still a secret because nobody knows I exist. It's for all of you guys who aren't from Texas, you know, not from Mexico, want to try out some Mexican food. This is where it's at. I got the recipes. We're gonna need onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, and beef bouillon. I like using this because it has salt in it as already, so I don't have to worry about adding salt later. It's beef broth and salt at the same time. I tried using just beef broth and then adding salt, and I have the tendency to like over salt things, especially when I'm not used to salting them. So I don't trust myself. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna have to do this without garlic. And now I'm sad. I won't have the extra garlic. Congrats on the weight loss. Thank you. Speaking of that, appreciate you. I mean, at least I'm still losing weight, you know? Because usually, like, I don't know. I'll gain 5 pounds, and then, like, once I get back on track, I'll lose that 5 pounds. And I've just been yo-yoing. But about, like, I'm losing a pound every month, basically. Which I guess is better than not losing at all. Vizini, thank you for the 20 months in a row. 24 months. Oh, it's been a 2 years. 2-year hype. My alerts aren't working. Vizini, hypo. Let's get some hype in the chat for Vizini. I'm losing a lot because of my depression. Well, usually my depression makes me eat. So, I guess that's an upside from your depression. I'm sorry you're depressed though. Usually when I'm depressed, I eat a ton. I give up on life and just eat everything. What's up, Retro? So we got 4 tablespoons of that beef bouillon. And then we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of this cumin. The water doesn't have to be hot when you start it out, but I do forgot what I was saying. I do like to heat it up because I feel like it dissolves the powder, because everything I'm putting in here is basically powder. Now we're gonna do 1 tablespoon of cumin, which I love the smell of cumin because it just had lunch, then gonna work on my costume. Cool. I hope you're enjoying my Janky's phone stream. I had a bit of an issue 5 minutes earlier, but I'm glad you're here now. Alright, I just washed the teaspoon. Where'd that go? You can add a teaspoon of chili powder if you want. That's optional. I don't do that because I don't like my beans too spicy. I think the cumin by itself is spicy enough. And also, I add a can of Rotel, which is a decent amount of spice. But if you want to make it spicier, you can use a spicier can of Rotel and add chili powder. You can even add jalapenos, just the seeds. Or if you want it not that spicy, then you can just add the shell, scrape out the seeds of the jalapenos. Just options, you know? Especially when it's a soup, you got a lot of options to go with, for sure. You need fiber in your diet? Have a cup of this a day. The amount I'm making will make enough to last you a 1 week for 2 people, having 1 cup a day. Or screw that other person and have 1 cup for 2 weeks every day. You love the stream so far? Well, thanks. I think my beer is kicking in. The jankiness has gone up. So I think we're on to something here. Everything's going great. Okay. So we have, I didn't get the minced garlic because my garlic's missing. Onion powder, garlic powder, beef bouillon, cumin, chili powder optional, you know, like I said. We got 4 cups of water here. I'm gonna pour this into the beans that's already in the crock pot. Alright, so that was 4 cups of water. So I'm gonna add another 2 cups. So it's gonna be 6 cups total. I like to do 4 cups first, so that way I use the last 2 cups to rinse out the measuring cup, you know, to get all that, make sure all that flavor's out. And then you pour it on in. Let me see if I can rotate this. All right, let's check out our beans. We got a crock pot here. We're gonna cook it on low for 8 hours. So that's already set there. And then so far that's what it looks like. I see those socks. Did you see my pants? I already got that Halloween thing going. What's all these comments on my Facebook posts? Like, I get it, I'm famous. Alright, so there's that. That's basically it. You just soak some beans for 12 hours, 8 hours minimum. Make that broth. Come over here. Get that bacon going. We're gonna get a plate real quick, okay? So, janky foam string. Make sure I give y'all some whiplash real quick. Alright, and then we go over here. We're gonna, you know, get some little, bam, get some towels going, you know, them rich people towels, because, you know, you use them once, you throw them away, you're rich, get them out of here. You don't need reusable towels, get out of here. I'm rich, bitch. All right, so there's an easier way to do this, but I prefer the Mexican way, using my God-given utensils, la manos. All right, you get those in there. Make sure they're nice and crispy. They're gonna get soft in the. They're gonna get soft sitting in that broth, but you don't want chewy, soft bacon. Because if you don't make them crispy, they're gonna end up chewy. You know, and I'm not talking about your cousin Chewy. I'm talking about. Where's my knife? I don't know what I was talking about. That's why I stopped talking about it. I'm gonna give them some chops. They're also easier to cut, I guess, you know, since they're crispy. Y'all even seeing this? Janky phone stream, keeping it real, bro. Why did I buy a stand? I don't know. This is much more fun, obviously. Alright, so that bacon's gonna stay a long piece because I don't want to deal with it. I'm just gonna random chop, guys. Random chop. Irregular slices. Keep it real. Homemade style. I couldn't cut this. Might as well eat it. Might as well eat it. And look at that. I got the apples ready and waiting right there for the apple pies. You take this bacon. You just throw it in the pot. Bam. Done. Where did my spoon go? Give it a little stir. Might as well put some love into it. Man, I love you. Okay. I think I dropped bacon behind the thing. It's alright. And that's it. Now, an hour before this is done, so like in 7 hours, you're gonna come over here, grab some of this cilantro, and throw in about a cup. And then you're gonna take a can of this Rotel. You can do 2 cans if you want it extra spicy. A can of this Rotel, done. There's just so many options to make it spicier because, you know, Mexican beans, that's the way they like it. I don't like my stuff spicy. I like spiciness, but if I'm craving extra spice, then I'll just have a jalapeno on the side. But I'm not gonna go out of my way and make a whole dish spicy. There's the trash, you know what to do with that. All right, so that was hard work. Now you gotta clean up. Look at these 3 jars here, just making a big old mess. All right, let's put this back. Janky phone stream, it's keeping it real.